Hi guys, this is Ale from Ebb and Flow Yoga Studio, and I'll be sharing a power vinyasa class. I'll be practicing from my home. Hopefully you guys have a comfortable spot anywhere, inside or outside, grabbing a mat and grabbing a prop similar to a block. It could be a firm a pillow, cushion, or even it could be a big fat book, whatever you have in hand. Bring it close to you near the front of your mat. And we're going to come into child pose to start to ground. We're going to come into this pose, bringing our big toes to touch and our knees out nice and wide. And we're going to land into this pose and we're going to take it one breath at a time. We're going to be here just for a couple of breaths to start to enjoy this moment that you have for yourself. Noticing and feeling how it feels. And as we start to connect with ourselves, and as we start to feel more grounded, let's take a moment here to create an intention for this practice. What is that you need to create today? Is it to stay with your breath? Is it to create space? Is it to allow positive energy to flow? You choose. We're going to start to deepen our breath here. We're going to start to invite a breath called Ujjayi. It's a deep and strong breath. We also call it victorious breath. As we take a deep breath in through our nose, we feel and notice the expansion. And as we take a deep breath out, we soften and release very deeply. You can notice there's an audible sound in our breath. And just like that, continue to breathe. Again, breath in. Again, we take a deep breath out. Eyes closed. Just walk your hands all the way, finding the right outer edge of your mat. Maybe place your left hand on top of your right wrist and maybe gaze over your left shoulder. Breathing through the left side of your body as you sink deeper, melt. Gently, we walk our hands all the way through center. Then we find the left outer edge of our mat. Place right on top of your left. Breathe over your right shoulder as you find length in the side of your body. One full cycle here. Then let's walk our hands back through center. Bring your chin towards your chest. Bring your hands closer to you. Let's round our spine all the way to find ourselves in a tabletop position. When we come here, we're going to notice that we're going to stack our shoulders on top of our wrists, and we're going to stack our hips on top of our knees, maybe tucking our toes, maybe keep them nice and flat. And then we'll take a deep breath in, slowly dropping our belly and gazing up to the sky. We find our cow pose. And then as we exhale, we tuck our tailbone. We slowly start to round our spine, bringing our chin towards our chest. Inhale. Cow pose, slow movement. Can you make it from your tailbone all the way to your gaze? Exhale, start to round. Find space between your hands and your shoulders. Cat pose. Breath in. Breath out. Come back to a neutral tabletop. We're gonna, if you don't have your right toes tucked, tuck your right toes and slide your right leg all the way to the back so we create length. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna rock just 2 times, back and forth. Shoulders are gonna pass our wrist. And then as we come back, can you press your right heel as much as possible? Again, rock forward, inhale. Rock back, exhale. Now stack shoulder on top of your wrist. We're just gonna lift our right heel up, so our right heel is gonna be in line with our hip. You can stay here, we're gonna come into a spinal balance, or maybe you wanna extend your left arm as well. We're gonna deep breathe here to find a little more extension. And as we exhale, we're gonna tap our right toe and left pinky down slowly, controlling through our core. Inhale brings us up. And exhale, we tap slowly. Again, breath in. Breath out, we lower. This time as we inhale, we take a breath in, and as we exhale, we bend our right knee. Our left arm is gonna reach back for the top of her foot, either top of her foot or ankle. And then as we exhale, we're gonna kick into our hand. Maybe you wanna gaze over your left shoulder. Again, let's breathe in, fill up your lungs. And then empty out. Last time. Big inhale. Big exhale. And then in control, release. Inhale, find length, spinal balance. Exhale, tabletop. Let's take 1 cat and cow. Let's drop our belly as we inhale, gazing up. And as we exhale, let's tuck and round. Let's come back to a neutral. Let's slide our left toes all the way to the back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, press back with intention. Again, inhale. Exhale, we lean back, pressing through your heel. Let's stack shoulders on top of our wrist. Let's lift our left heel up. Stay here. Or option to extend our right arm forward. We breathe in, find extension, belly presses up, exhale, we tap slowly in control. Again, lift up. Exhale, we lower, tap down. In, and out. Notice the breath is long and steady. Breath in, and breath out. Lift up, this time, inhale, up, and we bend, reach, we kick, and maybe we look over our left shoulder. Notice we're not dumping into our left shoulder, pressing the earth away. We're breathing. Again, filling up. Again, we empty out. Through our nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower back. Let's take 1 more cat and cow. Breathe in, drop. Lift your gaze. Exhale, start to round. Notice the space between your hands and your shoulders. And we come back to a neutral tabletop. We're going to come into plank pose. So maybe walk your hands slightly forward, shoulder distance apart. Lift up. Come into your plank pose. Plank pose. Fingers spread nice and wide. Broaden your shoulders. Notice and feel the extension through the crown of your head to the back of your heel. Activate and continue the fire through your breath to activate your belly. Again, Last time, we take a breath in here. Exhale. We're just going to bend our knees so they hover. And then we're going to breathe here, full cycle. Inhale. Exhale. Notice your gaze slightly forward. Keep your hips low, but just press back so your chest comes towards your thighs. We're still hovering our knees and our breath continues to flow. Last inhale here, and as we exhale, downward facing dog, we extend our legs, hips to the sky. Let's take one full breath in. One full breath out. Now one breath, one movement. Inhale, rock forward, find your plank. Exhale, hover your knees. Take a breath in as you reach back, chest towards your thigh. And exhale, downward facing dog. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now let's create movement here. Let's stay here in our down dog. Let's pedal out our legs as we bend one knee at a time. Maybe gazing under our opposite shoulder. Notice what you need. Maybe you want to sway your hips to one side to the other. Maybe you want to shake your head. And then we lift our heels up high. And then we release. Let's take 3 deep breaths here in down dog. And then we're going to lift our gaze as we take a breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to bend our knees and we're going to step slowly as we meet our hands to the front of the mat. Soften your knees at first. Legs hip distance apart. And we're going to wiggle our shoulders down. Hands are going to reach opposite elbows. We're going to allow our upper body to release here in ragdoll. Here, with your eyes closed, you do whatever you want. You can sway your arms from one side to the other. You can find stillness. You may want to discover your feet as you rock back and forth. Wiggling your toes off the mat. Notice what you need. And then let's release our hands down. Maybe you toe heel your feet together, leaving a little gap between your heels. And we're going to slowly inhale to rise all the way to standing. Head comes up last. We're paying attention to our breath and our movement. Inhale, we reach our arms up, lengthen as we look overhead. And as we exhale, let's press our hands down in front of our heart center. We're going to take a full breath in here. And a full breath out. Again, inhale. And again, we exhale. Maybe keep for your full sun's A, your knees slightly bent. There's no need to be very rigid. We're warming up our body. Do whatever you're needing right now, releasing tension, one breath at a time. So then we take a breath in, we lift our arms all the way up. And as we exhale, hinge from your hips, flat back. We're leading with our heart into a forward fold. We come down, we take an inhale, we find a halfway lift. Hands on the mat, on your shins. Press shoulders in together. Notice heart is lifted, spine is flat. And then we exhale, let's bow forward. Inhale, root and rise, all the way up, hands reaching. And exhale, reset and soften. Again, inhale. And as we exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. You choose now. Hands on the mat, on your shins. And as we exhale, this time let's bend our knees, let's plant our hands, let's step back, finding plank pose. Let's hold here. Let's create fire for 3 breaths. This time, as we inhale, let's rock forward. Notice our shoulders pass our wrists. And as we exhale, we're going to bend our elbows and we're going to lower ourselves. One line of energy all the way down to the mat. Hugging elbows in, slow and in control. Untucking our toes. We press our elbows in. Our hands are hardly touching. They can touch, but they're not pressing down. And as we take a breath in, we take a back bend, finding mini cobra. Lift your heart. Exhale, lower all the way down. Again, we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Last time, breath in. Let's hold here for 3, 2, 1. Forehead to the mat. Tuck your toes. Press this time your hands firmly into the mat. Notice knees off the mat, thighs off the mat. One line of energy. Inhale, presses through plank pose. When we come to plank pose, we're going to take an exhale to press our belly in. Hips lift up, downward facing dog. A full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, we look forward. Exhale, we bend our knees and we journey to the top. You can step, you can hop, you can switch it off during your practice, so you choose. Inhale, halfway lift, open up. Exhale, forward fold. Rise as you inhale. Reset as you exhale, hands in front of our heart. We're going to take our sun A's now. 1 breath, 1 movement. Inhale, up. Exhale, we bow. We inhale, half a lift. As we exhale, we bend our knees, we plant our hands. We take a breath in as we rock forward. This time, as you exhale, you can lower all the way down or halfway, Chaturanga Dandasana. As we get here, we untuck our toes so the tops of our feet press down. As we inhale, we press our heart up, up, dog. And as we exhale, downward facing dog. Notice that your belly presses up so your hips lift. And we stay here for a full breath. Inhale, gaze lifts. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop. Then you take a halfway lift. And then you bow forward. Soften your knees, lift up, rise. Exhale, soften. Inhale. And exhale, bowing to Mother Earth, all the way down. Breath in, lift your chest. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, and we lower halfway or all the way your journey, Chaturanga Dandasana. Take your back as you inhale, up dog or cobra. And as you exhale, hips meet the sky, downward facing dog. Full cycle. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bend, step or hop. Find length and fold in half. We rise. We reset. Notice we're connecting with our breath. All the way down. Open your chest. Take your vinyasa. Lower and control halfway or all the way. You choose. You find up dog or cobra as you inhale. And then you find down dog as you exhale. We stay for a full breath in. And a full breath out. One more round. Look forward. Bend, step or hop. Halfway lift. Fold in half. Rise all the way up to standing. Reset with intention. Lift up. All the way down. We lead with our heart. Breath in. Breath out. Lift up. Down dog. Let's stay here for 3 breaths. Last round. We're going to take a breath in to look forward. We're going to bend our knees. Exhale all your breath. Step or hop, finding Malasana. So your legs are going to come out nice and wide. So we're sitting like in a squat. We notice that we are bringing weight more towards our heels. Our pelvic bone is pressing down, but heart lifted. You're going to notice I say that often. Most of our poses about our heart. There's always an intention there. Lift up, lengthen and open. Heart center and breathe. You can always use that pillow that you have, a block, your book to sit on. Maybe you want a gentle sway. You choose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's extend our left hand to the left outer edge of your mat. Either your arm or elbow pressing to your inner thigh, and your right arm is going to reach up. Breathe. Sit low. Press shoulder blades in together. Notice maybe your breath can bring you to open up even more. Exhale, we lower. Opposite side, reach your right arm to the outer edge. Lift up with your left hand. Open and breathe. Slowly we lower as we exhale. Inhale, plant your hands, and as you exhale, we're going to lift our hips and we're going to walk our feet in together. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, let's bow forward. Inhale, let's root and rise. All the way up. Hands touch. Look up. Find your length. Soften and reset as you exhale. With our next inhale, we're going to start to sit low, finding our chair pose. So you choose. You can bring your legs in together. You can have them a little wider. It's okay. We start by noticing our pose with our breath. Weight comes more towards our heel. We lean back so our knees reach back. And our tailbone is going to be slightly tucked here. So we're not having our tailbone out. Slightly tucked. We're not pressing it all the way in. Slightly tucked. Now notice that you really need to press your belly in and up. Press everything in. Soften your shoulders down. Don't bring them up to your ears. Soften them down. Press down with them. Hands can stay heart center. Let's breathe. Create the fire. Maybe sit lower. Again. Breath in. Breath out. Hands are going to come to our heart center. We're going to take a breath in. Can you notice lengthen your spine? And as you exhale, let's lean to the right side. So left elbow can plant on your right thigh. So as we inhale, lengthen your spine. And as you exhale, we twist a little deeper. Stay low with your hips. Keep breathing. Continue to find that length. Continue to twist deeper. Don't dump into your shoulder. Expand. Breathe. Inhale, let's come back to center. Exhale, let's twist over to the left. Same prayer twist. Opposite side. But notice, each time we do different sides, it may feel different. It's okay. Lengthen and twist. Inhale, let's come back through center, sit low. Exhale, let's forward fold here. Maybe let's bend our knees slightly. And then we're going to take a breath in, find a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back and lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. For a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, let's bring our right leg up to the sky. Three-legged dog. And as you exhale, let's bring our right knee into our chest and step forward. We're going to pivot our back foot slightly. And we're going to rise up into Warrior One. Notice that our hips are squared to the front. We're leaning forward, so our right knee stacks on top of our ankle. So allow to press down with your heel and from the ball of your right foot, down and forward. Maybe if you need to, widen your stance, that's okay. Notice exactly where you need to be. And then we soften through our shoulders as we breathe. We lengthen, we deepen. And to stay here for a couple of breaths. So lean into your pose. What do you need to create today? Let's take one more breath in here. Fill up your lungs, notice and feel. As you empty out, let's plant our hands down. Let's step back. We'll take our vinyasa, high and low. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, breath in, lift your left leg nice and high, flex your toes. Exhale, hug, in, and step. Pivot your back foot as you plant it down. Rise up and settle in. As I said before, maybe the side may be different. You do what you need to do in this pose. And the beauty of yoga, it's a strong practice, but within this strength, we notice that we calm our mind. We notice that we can soften our body even more. It's a balance between our strength and our ease, between our mind, our body, and our soul. Again, we breathe in. Again, we breathe out. We take a final inhale. And as we exhale, we plant, we step, and we lower. Halfway all the way. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in here. And a breath out. Inhale, we're going to gaze to the front. Exhale, bend your knees, journey. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's fold in half. Inhale, sit low, chair pose. We're going to take this sun V with one breath at a time. Exhale, let's take a prayer twist to the right. Stay here for a breath in. Breath out. Inhale, let's find our center. And as we exhale, let's twist over to the left. Lengthen and twist. Again, inhale, find our center. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Lower, halfway all the way. Back bend. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, hug, step. Inhale, we lift, warrior one. Exhale, plant, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Left side, breath and lift up. Exhale to hug and step. Inhale, you rise, warrior one. Exhale, we take our vinyasa, one breath, one movement. We stay here for a whole breath in, whole breath out. Lift your gaze, empty out, then journey, then find length, then fold in half, sit low, prayer twist, full round. Inhale, we find our center. Exhale, we twist deep to the left. We find length. We twist. We come back to center, fill up your lungs. Empty out, fold in half. Inhale, create length. Exhale, plant, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana, we lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, hips meet the sky. Downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale to hug and step. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, we lower. Take your vinyasa. You can always lower your knees. You can always skip this vinyasa and go straight to down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale to hug, step. Inhale, lift up through warrior one. Exhale to lower your hands, step back and take your vinyasa. Full breath in, full breath out. Let's bring our legs nice and wide. Let's take a breath in to look forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Step or hop, Malasana, we've been there before. Sit low. Yogi squat. This is where you want to have a block, a bolster, a book, and handy. We're going to start opening through a few balancing poses. So allow your block to be fairly onto the right side. Let's take a breath here. Open your chest. Notice and feel. And as we inhale, we're going to start with our right hand expanding over to the right side on your block, bolster, pillow. And then we're going to open up, finding half moon. We're going to stay here for a couple of breaths. Stack shoulders on top of each other, hips on top of each other. Flex your back toes. Press your heel back. Breathe. You can look down, you can look up. Take your breath here. What do you want to create today? Let's take one round of breath here in our half moon. Last inhale. Exhale, we're going to bend our left knee, lower back down, finding our Malasana pose. Bring your bolster, whatever you have on hand, to the left side of your mat. Inhale, open up, half moon. Opposite side, stack shoulders, stack your hips. Flex and breathe. Can you lift your leg maybe a little higher? Can you open up a little more? Can you deepen your breath? Staying present. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Last inhale. And our exhale is to lower down into our Malasana pose. And as we inhale, We're gonna lean back with our hips. Point your toes forward, come into bear pose. Belly is pressing up. We're lengthening our arms as we reach forward. Weight is still back towards our heels. We're breathing. Come as low as possible. Create the fire. You're going to take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, plant your hands. Exhale, step or shoot back, finding your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, up dog. You take that back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to take a full breath in here and a full breath out. As we inhale, we're going to lift our right leg up into the sky. Same as before, three-legged dog. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our right knee over to our right shoulder. So we're going to stack shoulder on top of our wrist, rounding the spine. We find space between our hands and our shoulder. Breathe. Hold. Belly presses in. And slowly start to hover your right knee near the wrist. And then inhale, lift up, you find three-legged dog. Exhale, we're going to bring our right knee over to our left. This time, extend your right leg. You plant your right foot down. We're going to come into falling triangle as we lift our left hand up. We reach through our chest and our hips all the way up. We take a full cycle breath. And then inhale, plant your left hand. Lift up through three-legged dog. Exhale, we're going to hug our right knee in. Step forward. We've been there before. But this time, we're coming into crescent lunge. So right heel lifts, left heel lifts. We press through the balls of our left foot down. We lean into the pose, squaring our hips. We press left hip forward, right back to square. Find space. Maybe widen your stance. Soften. Deep breath, guys. We can only make it through our breath. Again. Last time we fill up. And as we empty out, let's open up, warrior two. So maybe readjust your legs, that's okay. We're gonna rebend our right knee, pressing our knee forward, pressing our knee towards our right pinky. And we're gonna lean in. Shoulders rolled back and in. You can extend your arms opposite direction, spreading fingers. You can soft bend your elbows so the palms are reaching up. You choose. Your journey. Breathe. Two more breaths in. And take a final inhale. Final exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior. So right knee stays put. Left hand, low back, or on your thigh. We just come back with our right arm. Come deeper into your lunge. If you lose it, soften your shoulders and breathe. Take a breath in. Our breath out, bring us forward. So we bring our right forearm on top of our thigh. Keep your chest open and lengthen your arm, either up to the sky or up to the front. Keep your tailbone in. Try not to Allow it to come way out towards your mat. Breathe. And as we inhale, we're going to find 5-pointed star. So we're going to lift up, expand our heart, open, soften your shoulders down, lift your arms, reach. What do you want to create? Knees softly bent. We're going to take a final inhale here. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Let's bend our left knee. Let's lower our hips and pelvic bones to the ground. Skandasana. Right heel presses down. Flex your toes towards you. Hands on the mat. On a block. Heart center. Open your hip and breathe. If you have a bind with you, you can extend your left arm all the way out and reach your arm up to the sky. Take your bind, bringing your arms to reach behind, interlacing your fingers. Keep your chest open. Keep your breath present. If you have a bind, slowly release. Hands stay either in heart center, on the mat. You choose. We're going to travel to the front as you inhale. Come all the way forward. Try to stay as low as possible as you do this. And then as you exhale, we're going to come into a side plank. So we're going to stack our hips, shoulders, always an option to lower a knee. Stay with your breath. Lift up, breathe. Inhale, we reach with our top arm forward. And exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, we come through plank and lower halfway all the way. Inhale, we take it backward. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll do the same on our left side. Let out your legs as I talk for now. And after we do that, we'll create even more movement, even more heat as we move each pose through one breath. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, knee to left shoulder, round. Come as high as possible. Create space, hold. Don't hold your breath. Hold the pose. And slowly we lower to hover near your wrists. In control, come back through center. Inhale, lift up, three-legged dog once again. Exhale, over to your right. Extend your left leg, plant your foot. Lift your right arm to the sky, open your heart, expand through your hips. Take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out. Plant your right hand. Inhale, lift up, find three-legged dog. Exhale as we hug and step. Inhale as we rise, crescent lunge. Let's settle in. Shoulders are tired. Bring your hands to heart center. That's okay. Soften. Last inhale. Last exhale. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to open and settle through our warrior two. Readjust. Do what is needed. And come into it. Lean into the pose. Just focus on your breath. Let's not move the bend in our front knee, but let's come all the way to reverse our warrior. You choose where you want your right hand, soften your right shoulders down, come into it, one breath at a time. Notice your breath long and steady. Last inhale, exhale, extended side angle. Left forearm on your thigh, open your right chest, open. Squeeze your shoulder blades. Open up, hand reaches up or forward. You can gaze to the front, down to your foot, wherever feels good in your body. Breathe. As we inhale, let's rise. Let's come into 5-pointed star. Soften your knees, but open your chest. Look towards the stars, shoulders down. We take a full breath in, a full breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Bend your right knee, lower to your skandasana. Open through your chest. Lean down through your pelvic bone. Hands you choose. Take your bind, if you have it. Bring your arm all the way to reach back. In your bind, try to keep your chest open and your breath present. Slowly, we release our bind. We come back through our heart center. We look forward as we inhale. We journey, staying low. Hands can always stay on the mat. We plant our left hand. Exhale, side plank. Open, reach high through your shoulders, through your hips. Deep breath. Inhale, reach your top arm forward. Even lift your hips higher. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, we lower. Inhale, we find up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to take this slow, one breath, one movement. It's like a dancing meditation where you go from thinking into feeling. That's okay if you skip a pose or if something doesn't feel right and you're one step ahead, one step behind. You do you. Can you stay with your breath? Can you connect with your breath? That's all that matters. Legs hip distance apart. Mat distance apart, sorry. Inhale, we look forward. Exhale, bend your knees, step or hop. Land low, Malasana. As we inhale, find your block, open up. Half moon, breath in, breath out. Stay for an inhale. Exhale brings us to lower. Inhale, we open. In, we breathe out. We breathe in, and our breath out lowers us down. Malasana. And then inhale, we find our bear pose, and we stay here. Inhale, plant your hands. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, we lift our hearts. Exhale, we lift our hips. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, knee to shoulder. Slowly, we release to hover. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, to the left. Extend. Take a breath in and a breath out. Inhale, plant your hand. Take a breath in, three-legged dog once again. Exhale, let's hug and step. Inhale, we rise, crescent lunge. Exhale to open, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, find extension to the front. Inhale, 5-pointed star, we open our heart. Exhale, we lower into our skandasana. Let's stay here for a breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, we look where we're going, we journey. And as we exhale, we open up, side plank. We take a breath in to reach forward with our top arm. Exhale, square your body, lower halfway or all the way. Take a breath in, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take it to the left. Inhale, up. Exhale to your shoulders. Slowly release to hover. Inhale, center and lengthen. Exhale to the right. Extend your right leg. Open up. Take a full cycle here. Plant your hands. Inhale, three-legged dog, we rise. Exhale, we hug and step. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse. Extended side angle. 5-pointed star. We lower for a breath in, for a breath out. Inhale, look forward and journey. Exhale, find a side plank. Modify if you need to. Take your breath in as you reach. And exhale, we lower. High to low. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in. And a breath out. Nice and wide, we bring our legs. Inhale, we look forward. Exhale, hop. Landing low. Inhale, open. And we take a breath out. And then a breath in. Exhale, malasana. Half moon, inhale. Left side opens. Take a breath out. And a breath in. Exhale, we land low. Inhale, bear pose. Rise your tummy in. We take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, plant your hands, step or shoot, you choose. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right side, we lift. We bring it to the right. We lower, slow. Inhale, back through center, up. Exhale, to the left. Expand. Inhale, up. And we take a breath out. Inhale, plant. Rise, three-legged dog. Exhale, hug and step. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, we open. Reverse. Exhale, to the front. 5-pointed star, open your chest. Exhale to lower. Stay for a full cycle. Inhale, look and journey. Exhale, side plank. Lift your hips. Take a breath in as we reach forward. Take a breath out as you lower halfway or all the way. Find a back bend as you inhale. Find down dog as you exhale. Inhale, left leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, over to your shoulder. Lower, slow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale to the right. Extend. Falling triangle for a full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, plant your hand. Come back to three-legged dog. Use your exhale to hug and step your knee. Lift, inhale. Open, exhale. Reverse. Notice the connection with the breath. Exhale. Take a breath in. Open, expand. Exhale to lower. Full cycle, guys. Look forward. Inhale, journey. Exhale, side plank. Open up. And then we take a breath in to reach forward. Exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Let's take a breath in. And a breath out. Legs nice and wide. Look forward. Exhale. Journey to the top. Malasana. Inhale. Half moon. Right side. We open. We take a breath out. And a breath in. And then exhale. We lower. Inhale. We find your left. Opening. Stacking. Inhale. And as we exhale, we stay low. As we inhale, we lift our hips, bear pose. Let's stay here. Breathe a couple more. creating as much fire as possible. Last inhale. Last exhale. Inhale, plant your hands. Exhale, we shoot or step back. Inhale, we lift our hearts. Exhale, we find downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, knee to your right shoulder. Slowly we lower to hover. Inhale, we lift strong. Exhale, over to the left. Extend your left leg. Falling triangle for a full breath in. And a full breath out. Inhale, plant. Lift up, three-legged dog. Exhale, hug, step. Inhale, lift up, rising through crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale to reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. 5-pointer star. Skandasana. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, look, journey. Exhale, side plank. Hold here. One more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, we lower. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side reaches for the sky. Exhale, over to your shoulders, stacking on top of your wrists. Slowly we lower to hover. We come back to center, we lift up. Exhale, cross, find length. Falling triangle for a full breath in. Full breath out. Plant your right hand. Find your length once again. Hug your knee in. Step. Inhale, we lift up. Exhale, we open. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extended side angle. 5-pointed star. Open your heart. Exhale, we lower, Skandasana. We breathe in. We breathe out. Inhale, we journey and look forward. Plant your right hand. Exhale, side plank. We're going to do 3 rounds of breath. Last time, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in to reach forward, lifting up. Exhale, plank pose. Let's hold here. Let's hold our plank. Always option to lower your knees if you want. We're going to take our breath in. As we exhale, let's hover our knees. We're not dumping into our shoulders. Create strength here. Notice your breath is calming your mind. Inhale, let's reach back with our chests. Keep hovering with your knees. We've been here before. Exhale, let's find downward facing dog. Inhale, rock, plank pose. Then we're going to take our breath out as we hover. We're going to lean back as we inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. And exhale. Keep going. Plank. Hover. Reach. Down dog. Again. In. Out. Come to the back. Down dog. Rock forward. Plank pose. Coming down onto your forearms. Let's press the pit of your belly in. Lengthening through our spine. We're still breathing. Bring your elbows in line with your shoulders, right underneath your shoulders. If you had your hands in together, bring them slightly apart. We're going to bring our gaze to the top of the mat. We're going to start to walk forward. Belly still pressing in. So your hips are nice and tall. Coming into a dolphin pose. As close as you can. Keeping your shoulders on top of your elbows. Look forward. Breath in. Stay here. Or as you exhale, let's bring the tip of our nose to touch. And then we come back. Inhale and exhale. Keep moving with your breath. 2, for 1. Let's come back to our forms. Maybe bringing the hands to touch. It's okay. Hold here your plank. You can stay here. We're just going to tap our toes to the outer edge of our mat. Just breathe. Just a little more. You can do it. If you're breathing, you're still moving, and you can do this. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're just going to drop our hips down. We're going to stay here. We're going to bring our legs as wider than our mat. Our toes are going to come to the outside. We're going to come into crocodile pose, Smakadasana. We're going to realign our spine and we're going to soften as we breathe with intention through our spine. We're going to bend our elbows. Our elbows are going to be stacked underneath our shoulders. And we can bring our elbows wider or more narrow. And the tops, our chin is actually going to rest on the palms of our hands. And you're going to close your eyes, and I want you to notice that we're bringing tension in our neck and at our low back. And you don't want too much tension in either or spots. So this is on you, where you close your eyes and you bring your elbows closer in together or farther away until you have equal tension and you can softly breathe through your spine here. So you do what you need to do. Find that sweet spot and then close your eyes and soften and breathe. Notice. Feel. Trusting as we mount. Then we release our forearms, one on top of each other, and we allow our forehead to rest. We bend our knees, and we allow our legs to windshield wiper from left to right, and right to left. Maybe creating circles with our legs. And then we bring our legs in together. We bring our hands underneath our shoulders. We're going to press back into a narrow child pose. All the way to the back. And when we get there, allow your hands to reach towards your feet. Allow your shoulders and everything to soften here. Just close your eyes and breathe through your spine one more time. Hands come underneath your shoulders. Head is the last to lift, so take your time. Lift up to sit back onto your heels. And then we drop our hips, either side. You choose. Let's sway our legs forward. And we're going to come to lay onto our backs. Let's bring our knees in. Let's bring our knees in nice and wide towards our underarms. Can you notice your low back touching as you sway your knees from side to side? Massaging, gentle movement. And then we're going to drop our knees down. And we're going to lift up through our hips. We're going to come into bridge pose. If you have a block or if you have a pillow and you want to do a supported bridge, if you want to take it more chill, it's totally fine. You do you. That's what yoga is about, really noticing and feeling what you need. It's not about anything else. It doesn't matter how it looks or how anybody may think you're doing your practice. So, heels towards your glutes, knees hip distance apart. Our glutes are going to have a soft activation, so we're not pressing them super strong in together, but they're active. They are, so they'll help us come into the pose. Heels down, inhale, start to peel slowly your spine off the mat. Notice knees drawing forward, we're not opening up, we're stay there, active. Maybe when you reach all the way high, walk shoulders in to find more space through your heart center, and we breathe. And say 2 more. And we lower with our exhale, same way. Spine releases gently, knees come into your chest. You can find stillness, you can rock side to side. Do whatever is needed. Or do 2 more. Then we'll drop our feet back down. Same way how we did it before. Energy through our heel presses down, lift up. Exactly where you need to be. When you get there, maybe this time you want to try interlacing your fingers. If you have the bind, you press your knuckles towards your heels. And you realize that your breath is still there. Last breath in. Exhale, release your spine, and slowly spine reaches back down, knees come in. You do whatever you need to do before our last round. Our last round, you can do bridge pose, and if you have that block or that pillow and you want to do that restorative bridge that I mentioned before, I never explained how to do it, but placing a block underneath your sacrum, so that sweet spot right between your glutes and your low back, you are more than welcome to. Or you can come even further and do wheel pose. I'm not going to break it down today in this class, but if you have it in your practice, you're more than welcome. Your back is warmed up, and you're more than welcome to take full wheel. So wherever you want to go, take a breath in and start to lift up. Go exactly where you need to be. Create what is needed. Stay with your breath. Last time we take a breath and filling up our lungs. And as we empty out, we slowly release all the way back down. Knees come into our chest. We're just going to do 1 round of core. And then we'll come into a yummy yin pose. So let's start knees into your chest. Rocking maybe side to side. And then we're going to lift up. We're going to find our boat pose. So we're grounding from our sit bones, heart is lifted. One more time. We're going to take a breath in. We notice our heart is open, and as we exhale, we're going to take an open arm twist to the right. Softening our shoulders down, squeeze your belly in, squeeze your shoulders in together, and stay here. We're breathing. Inhale, we reach back through our center. And as we exhale, let's find an open arm twist to the left side. Now let's take this movement, one breath, one movement. Inhale, and we exhale. Back through center, and we open with our exhale. In, out. Five, four, three, two, one. Hold. For three, for two, for one. Knees in, roll onto your backs. Big squeeze. Big squeeze. Drop your heels. We're going to come into a yin pose. We're going to stay in this for a couple rounds of breath. So I invite you to really settle into the pose, adjust at the beginning, and then just melt. And just allow your breath to take you deeper. We're not forcing. You choose. We're going to have a spinal balance here, so you can open your arms in a T. You can cactus your arms. We're going to bring our right leg to cross over our left. We're going to bring our hips more towards the right side of our mat, and we're going to drop our knees over to the left. So if you want to intensify your twist, you can gaze over your right side, pressing your right shoulder down. You can close your eyes. And we're going to breathe here. Completely melting. Finding softness through our breath. Let's take 5 more breaths here. And very slowly, we're going to unwind and square our hips. So take your time, there's no hurry. Squaring our hips. Knees maybe draw in if that feels right in your body. And then let's bring our right foot down, crossing our left over our right. Let's bring our hips to find the left edge of your mat. You choose your arms variation, maybe even the side may want to feel different. You do whatever is needed. You can look over your left side to intensify. You can even allow your hand to put a little pressure to come deeper. Let's not force it too much. If you do it, just do it with your breath. Finding space as you inhale. Finding the depth that you need through your exhales. We'll create intention right here, right now for 5 more breaths. Once again, we take our time to unwind. We take our time to square our hips back. We give ourselves a final squeeze here as we draw our knees back in towards our heart. And we're going to keep our right toes flexed. We're going to activate and we're going to extend our right leg nice and long. So we're drawing our leg all the way to find the right outer edge of our mat. We're doing it very active as we create an intention to come into our final resting pose. Flex your left toes, energy through your heel as we extend and we draw our heel down to the left outer edge. Once we land there, maybe soften in your knees. Your toes are going to drop to the outer edges. We're going to close our eyes and we're going to bring our hands to the sides of our body and we're going to walk our shoulders in just a little bit. As we notice that we have more expansion through our chest, through our heart, and just imagining that we have a pillow supporting our heart. And then we take a breath in, we fill up our lungs so much that we notice and feel all the energy. Hold. And then we're going to open our mouth and we're going to let everything go. Surrendering to our final resting pose, Savasana. Natural breathing, nothing else to control. before we add any movement to our bodies, let's come back to our breath. Awareness of that cycle that connects as we visualize our breath coming in, as we expand and allow that energy to travel through our body, bringing in exactly what is needed, exactly what you have created today. Visualize your breath as you exhale. Visualize as that energy, hold on to anything that is not needed, and we'll carry it all the way out. Building up and releasing. Again, breath in, breath out. We gently add some movement as we wiggle our toes and our fingers. Maybe we add a gentle sway of our head from one side to the other. Then we bend our knees and we choose our favorite side. Today, either you drop over to the left or right. I'm choosing left side, side of my heart. And I'll stay here with my eyes closed. And take a moment to find gratitude for your practice, for taking this moment to connect with yourself. And then press yourself up. We'll meet in a seat. Keep your eyes closed and we'll seal our practice. Bringing our hands in front of our heart center. And then we'll bring our hands so our thumbs meet right in front of our third eye. We'll close this practice with positive thoughts. And then our hands will come down so our thumb meets right in front of our lips. Closing and sealing today's practice with true words. And then we come back to that same spot in front of our heart, where we come during our practice so many times, over and over again, allowing ourselves to always lead from our hearts. The divine light in me honors and bows to the divine light of all of you. Namaste.